Hey, Pure Yogis. Hopefully you're joining me. I'm Suzy Schaak, and I'm the founder of Pure Yoga, and I'm so happy that you are here. So if you didn't hear my little live promo for this, we're going to do a little glute-centric class today. So finding your way onto your mat, if you have any props that you would like, please grab them. It could be a blanket, a pillow off of the couch, things like that to just sit on or use under the knees for forward folds, that kind of thing. All right, let's get ourselves centered. We have about 30 seconds till it's 9:30. And I hope you've taken a look outside this morning. It's absolutely gorgeous. So if you want to change locations and drag your mat outside, that's perfect too. Okay, let's see. It's 9:30. Okay, let's begin child's pose. So bringing the knees to the outside edges of your mat. Sitting bones reach back towards the heels. Take a deep breath in and then slowly allow yourself to come down into your child's pose. Taking a long breath in and a long breath out. I'm going to pull my hair back while you are finding child's pose. Good. Allow the forehead to gently rest onto your mat. Close the eyes and take a nice breath again. And just a little internal inventory while you're working with your breath. I'm having a wardrobe malfunction. There we go. We're all good. All right, settling in. Start just with inhaling through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. We'll shift over to Ujjayi Pranayama in a minute, but deep, long, even breath in through the nose, pausing at the top of the inhale. And then when you feel like you need to exhale, slow, passive exhale out through the mouth until you find yourself in somewhat of a rhythm with your breath. And with eyes closed, you're just, again, taking that internal inventory of the body, recognizing what's feeling really good today and what needs needs a little more of your attention. Maybe you need to press forward in your postures in your class, or maybe you need to pull back. But I always think some of the best practices are when you go about 75% and you allow your breath to really be your guide and the dominant focus in your practice, and let the physical component follow. The strength component, flexibility, all of those things follow the breath. All right, let's shift over into our Ujjayi Pranayama and become a little more active in your child's pose. So shifting into breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Lips gently touch. Teeth are separated, jaw is relaxed. Maybe take a couple swallows if that feels good. Long, even breath in. Feel the prana spiraling down the spine. Moving down into the hips, through the legs, out through the feet, and starting from the crown of the head again. Ushering that life force, beautiful divine light in through the crown of the head, spiraling it down the spine, through the hips, through the legs, out through the feet. Good. Now, grounding hands nicely. So you're feeling the earth below the hands. You're feeling the earth below the forehead. Slowly usher it down until you feel it kind of spiraling down through the low belly and the hips. And then engage that Uddiyana Bandha, that little internal hug of the lower abdominals. And one more beautiful breath in child's pose. Let's get as big as we can, so reaching fingertips up and overhead as much as you can, and then sitting bones pull way back towards the heels, shoulders away from the ears, and then lift up into your tabletop. Moving right into your cat spine. And then inhaling with the tailbone leading, opening up the front side of the body, the belly, the chest, the shoulders, the chin. And let the tailbone tip towards the mat. On the exhale, let the spine follow chin to chest. And then reverse that ever so slowly. Using that Ujjayi Pranayama as a filter. You're just sipping the air in and ushering it to the areas of the body that are calling for it right now. Think of it not necessarily as just oxygen moving through the body, but as a life force. And as it moves through the body, it's turning all of the lights on within every single cell. One more cat and cow. Good, and coming to a neutral spine. Lower abdominals are tucked in, nice and firm. Let's extend right arm and left leg and warm up the spine. The core, actually, that's the belly and the spine. So we're reaching one long line of energy from the heel through the fingertips. Just pause and hold there for a moment, finding your stability. And then inhale, just get as much length as you can, and then exhale, bringing elbow to knee. Inhale, getting, again, as much length as you can, reaching out through the heel, firing the glute. Exhale, elbow to knee. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Just pause and hold, curling and tucking everything in. Chin as well. And then reaching nice and long. Again, stay as you are, maybe bringing foot to hand. And kicking into that, getting a little front body opening. And a little more balance. And then releasing it out. Lowering the foot down to the mat. I'm way off my mat. Just press through the heel and roll up onto the ball of the foot and back, and stretch the arch of the foot and the calf a little bit more. Try not to lock out your elbows. Little micro bend in the elbows. Good. Coming back to tabletop, and we'll just switch sides. So belly's drawn in. Extending the right leg, glute is nice and firm, hips are square to the mat, reaching out through fingertips. Full breath, lengthen, lengthen, and then exhale, squeeze the air out. Replenish that, inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Again, breathing in, fill the lungs to capacity, and exhale, just squeeze it out. One more time, reach it long. Elbow to knee, pause and hold, tuck everything in, just firing up the abdominal muscles a little bit. Good, stretch it long, you can stay as you are. Again, find that stability, that centeredness, or grabbing foot to hand and kicking into the hand. Again, front body opening, nice little opening too, to the anterior deltoids, pectorals. Good, release, extend. Lower it down. Lower the foot down again, so we're going to press out through the heel and roll up under the ball of the foot. Nice, just a little bit of stretching for calf muscles. Now, if your wrists are fatigued at all, let's give them a little good stretch here. So just flipping them so you're on the tops of the hands and fingertips are facing towards your knees. Long breath in, long breath out. Feel free if you want to wag your tail a little bit just to stretch and release the low lumbar. Good, now we're going to flip onto the palms of the hands so fingertips are still facing the knees, stretching through the wrists. This is a great stretch if you have any sort of carpal tunnel issues from working at the computer too long. Or maybe you're doing home fix-it projects and you've been holding a paintbrush or something. All right, let's flip it back over again, tops of the hands, fingertips still facing towards the knees. Nice. Ground the hands again. Step out into your high plank pose. And we're just going to rock back and forth a little bit. And again, we're firing up the core, which means the abdominals and the spine. That beautiful corset that supports the torso and the pelvis. Rocking here, 3 and 2 and 1. Shift it forward, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, find your first upward facing dog. Could be cobra. Take a shoulder shrug. Belly's drawn in nice and firm as well. So you've got a safe up dog. And then just take a nice little front body stretch here until you pull it up into downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. There's nothing better than your first down dog of the day. Pedal it out, shifting weight and gaze. Do whatever you need to do. I like to go into a wide-legged forward fold and just shift my hips side to side so I get a little inner thigh stretching here. Good, a couple more. Whatever you're doing, couple more breaths. Find stability through the shoulder girdle as well, making sure that the upper arm is externally rotating, shoulder blades are pressing in towards the spine, up towards the sky. Good, let's inhale, right leg high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Circle it around if you need to. Good. And square the hips off. Right knee comes to right tricep. Pause and hold here. Again, warming up the core. And then foot comes to the outside of the right hand. I'm going to come up onto my fist. That feels a little bit better to me right now. So giving my wrists a little bit of a break, lifting my hips up, and then gently easing down and lowering. Inhale, lifting the hips up. Exhale, ease down and lower. 2 more. Lift it up. And gently lower. 1 more time. Lift it up. And lower it down, coming all the way down to the bottom knee. Top of the back foot. Take a full inhale and then exhale. Little twist. You could grab the outside of the knee, which feels really nice. Maybe you want to come all the way down onto the forearm. I think it felt better up on my hand. I can get a better twist that way. And again, you can stay as you are. You can grab the back foot. Increasing the stretch, moving into the quadricep and the hip flexor on the left leg. Good, release the foot. Walk the right foot center. Good, take an inhale here and exhale. Pull the hips back, but start with toes pointed. And then move to flex foot. And then shift forward into lunge. And exhale, pull the hips back. Toes are pointed. Slowly flex. Shift back into low lunge. And just continue to repeat that. And what we're doing is called nerve flossing. And we're slowly stretching the nerves, the sciatic nerve and the femoral nerve as we're moving through this. So some of you may suffer from sciatica. This is a really nice little kind of massage of those fiery nerves. 1 more time. And then stay with hips back. And let's take a good stretch here. So take a full breath in and then a little fold. And you could stay up on the knee or you could pull all the way back so you're sitting on the heel. Now to stretch and lengthen the muscle, toes are flexed back. So the quadriceps is going to shorten, the hamstring is going to lengthen. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good, let's shift it all forward, ground the hands. Front foot meets the back, you're in high plank, breathing in, and exhale, chaturanga. Again, feel free to modify, coming to knees, coming all the way down to the mat, taking cobra, or upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Breathe in. Beautiful day, breathe out. Other side, left leg's gonna lift high, bending the knee, opening the hip. Circle it around if you want to, or just hold steady. And let's slowly square it off. Good, and left knee's going to come to left tricep, and then ease into runner's lunge. I came up on a fist last time. I'm going to do the same here. So inhale, let's lift the hips, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower down. 2 more. Lift it up. And ease in with your breath, lower. Inhale, lift. Ease down and lower to the back knee. And do whatever you do in your runner's lunge, whatever you did on the other side. If you want to rock a little bit, maybe you want to take that twist again. Maybe you want to rock and twist. Good. But again, this is early in the practice and we're easing into it. So you're watching your breath first and foremost. And if the breath isn't cooperating, then you want to listen and back out of whatever you're doing. I'm going to grab my back foot, deepen the stretch a little bit more. I don't know why anyone would miss morning yoga. It is just the best way to begin the day. You literally, with your prana, are turning the lights on and everything just feels reset. All right, let's come back to center. Grounding the hands, front foot meets the back. Breathing in, take your chaturanga. If you're just happening across this live video right now, feel free to join us. You can even just use a towel or work on the wood floor if you don't have a mat. All right, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here in stillness. So feel the prana moving up through the hands as you breathe in, through the spine, through the hips, and as you exhale, you're releasing it back to the earth. Like it's a circle. You're inhaling the prana up through the hands, through the arms, spine, hips, exhale, return it back to the earth. One more time. Beautiful, rolling up onto all 10 toes. Bend the knees, bring the belly back to the thighs. Taking your way to the top of the mat, feet are hip distance or wider. Find a nice halfway lift, bend the knees, and then start into your fold. Think of the pelvis like a bowl of water, and you're just going to slowly tip it. So you may even want to put your hands in where the hip flexors are and help ease it forward up and over the quadriceps and the hip flexors until you feel a good fold. And then rock yourself side to side, finding your ragdoll pose. Hands could be hanging, dangling down. You could take a chest expansion, which always feels good to me. You could always grab opposite elbow. You could take a strap or a belt or a bathrobe, sash, if you have a hard time getting hands together. Even a towel. Good, a couple more breaths. Let the hands hang heavy. Bend the knees as much as you need to feel comfortable. Looking between the knees. Reversing that blood flow, getting blood to the brain. One more breath. All is well. Slowly reverse your swan dive, coming all the way up into Tadasana. I'm going to pick up the pace of our music. Here we go, Surya Namaskar A. So get yourself grounded to the top of the mat. 4 corners of the feet, rooting down into the earth again. Draw the kneecaps up. Firming all the way up like you're wrapping around, zipping up the glutes, right? So everything's firm through my legs. Now let's pull up the pelvic floor, that Mula Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, right, the core lock, and lift the shoulders up, back, and down. Tadasana, mountain pose. Now you feel alive. Inhale, reaching arms up and overhead. Exhale, open baby, back bend. Good, honor and intention. Inhale, palms to touch. Bring it through heart center as you fold forward. Open to a halfway lift. Ground the hands, stepping back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, shine your heart, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips lift high, downward facing dog. Beautiful breath in. Long, even breath out. Rolling onto 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Take it to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, surrender and fold. Inhale, bring it high to the sky, Tadasana, mountain pose. Open up your heart, baby back bend. Honor your intention, palms to touch. Hands come through the heart, forward fold. Open halfway. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Beautiful breath out. Rolling onto 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. We're moving faster today, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. One more time. Inhale, high to the sky, steeple grip. Exhale, side body bend. Good. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, side body bend. Good. Inhale, back to the center. Interlace hands or opposite elbow behind you. Take a nice shoulder shrug, opening up the heart space. Staying as you are, lift the heart open, maybe even just grounding hands to the back of the sacrum. Letting the chest and throat open to the sky. Good, now slowly come back to center. Bend the knees, belly to thighs, forward fold, chest expansion. Make it feel good. Notice how bent my knees are. I'm in a full surrendering posture without a lot of strain or any strain at all for that matter. Just pure goodness. Hands released to the mat. Woo! Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, stepping back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, beautiful upward facing dog. And exhale, bring it into downward facing dog. All is well. Long breath in. Long breath out. Again, all 10 toes rolling up, stretch the arches. Bring feet behind hands. Top of the mat, open halfway. Exhale, fold. Find your chair pose, Utkatasana. Weight goes into the heels. Distribute the weight evenly between both feet, like there's energy coming from the heels up the back of the legs, right into the glutes. I'm going to squeeze the glutes nice and tight. Zip up the lower abdominals, zip up the core. Shoulders come back, and then just sweep the arms wherever they feel most comfortable. All right, so here we're just going to start pulsing. Squeezing, squeezing, lift, squeeze, squeeze. Hands can be to heart if that feels better. Squeeze, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Pause in your chair pose. Distribute the weight to the right foot. Lifting the left. Good. Pulse it up. Squeeze the glute. Good. Just getting it warm. Let's go 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring it to the other foot. Squeeze and restabilize. Come onto the toes of the right foot and then lift it. And then pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lower it down. Redistribute the weight. Little pulses again. We're going to sink a little bit lower. Maybe you need to widen your stance a little bit lower, a little bit lower. Weight pulls back. Fingertips are slowly going to reach forward until my belly's actually brushing my thighs, like I'm sitting in a chair. I've got a 90-degree bend of my knees. Good. Hands come to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, fold. That feels good. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Reground the hands. Vinyasa through. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. All right, friends, the party starts now. Inhale, right leg high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Square it off. Right knee, right tricep. Now bring it nice and high again. Pause and hold. And here's where the glute work's gonna come in. We're slowly gonna lower the right leg out to the side and just tap the mat and lift it center. Then right knee's gonna come to right tricep. Good, bring it nice and high again. Lowering the leg to the side, squeeze it up. Right knee, right tricep. Let's do that 2 more times. Lower it down, squeeze it up. Right knee, right tricep. 1 more time. Lower it down, bring it up. Right knee, right tricep. Pause and hold. Stay as you are or take a little chaturanga push-up. Good. Inhale, bring it high. Find your way into low lunge. How'd that feel? Stabilize. Squeeze the glutes. Lift it up into crescent lunge. Good. Inhale, open baby back bend. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, open warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Bring it down to the mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Let's do it again. Left leg is high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Square it off. Left knee, left tricep. Bring it high. Pause and hold. This is where we're going to lower. Take a breath. And then lower the toes down to the mat to the side. Squeeze and lift it up. Left knee, left tricep. Good. Bring it nice and high. Lower the toes down. Bring it up. Left knee, left tricep. 2 more times. We're having fun. Lower it down. Lift it up. Left knee, left tricep, one more time. Lower it down, you got this. Lift it up. Left knee, left tricep, pause and hold, or take that little push up. Good, bring it high. Low lunge. Crescent lunge. Good, baby back bend. Airplane arms. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Chaturanga, front foot meets the back. Again, you could be knees. You could lower all the way to the mat. Cobra pose. All the way into downward facing dog. All is well. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Rolling onto 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Take it to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Squeeze the glutes. Let's pulse them out. And pulse, and pulse, and pulse. 4, 3, 2, pause and hold 1. Squeeze them tightly together. Shift the weight to the right foot. Lift the left. Good pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Restabilize. Shift the weight. Lift it up. And pulse. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Pulse it low. Sink it back. So I'm sitting way back. I'm pulling way back. And way back. And way back. And fingertips slowly reach forward. Good. And pause and hold. Inhale, hands to the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Ground the hands, step back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Wash, rinse, repeat. Inhale, right leg high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Square it off. Right knee, right tricep. Good, inhale, bring it high. Pause and hold. Remember, we're gonna lower now. Toes to the mat. Lift it up. Right knee, right tricep. Bring it high. Lower it. Lift it. Right knee, right tricep. 2 more. Lift it up. Lower. Lift. Right knee, right tricep. 1 more time. All is well. Good. Right knee, right tricep. Stay as you are, or a little push up. Bring it high, lift it high to the sky. 3-legged down dog. Low lunge. Crescent lunge. All right, we're gonna add on. Inhale, open baby back bend. Exhale, airplane arms. Stabilize the right foot, launch up. Airplane pose. Nice deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale, little curtsy squat. Good, inhale, bring it open. Exhale, little curtsy squat. Good, inhale, bring it open. Curtsy squat. Bring it open. Curtsy squat. This time let's pause and hold that. 4, 3, 2. Open it up, airplane on 1. Step it back into crescent lunge. Woo! Baby back bend again. Airplane arms. Warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Take it down to the mat. Front foot meets the back, chaturanga. Good, up dog. And downward facing dog. Here we go, left leg high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Square it off. Left knee, left tricep. Good, bring it high, pause and hold. And then lower it to the side. Bring it high. Left knee, left tricep. Good, bring it high. Lower it down. Lift it up. Left knee, left tricep. 1 more time. Bring it high. Lower it down. Lift her up. Left knee, left tricep. Little push up. Bring it high again. Beautiful low lunge. Firm the glutes. Zip it up. Mula bandha, uddiyana bandha, that root lock, core lock. Arms reach up. Baby back bend. Airplane arms. Airplane pose. Find your stability. Good, breathing in. Little curtsy squat. Good, lift it up and open. Curtsy squat. 2 Curtsy squat, then pause and hold. Breathing here, 3, 2. Open it up, airplane on 1. Crescent lunge, baby back bend. Airplane arms. Warrior 2. Good, reverse your warrior. Take it down to the mat. Chaturanga. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths. I need a sip of water just from talking. 2 more breaths in your down dog. It's a beautiful thing. Roll up on all 10 toes. Bend the knees, belly to thighs. Top of the mat, friends. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, chair pose. Squeeze. Pull up to the pelvic floor. Stabilize lower abdominals. Shoulders back. Hands to heart. Just pulse it out. Good. 4, 3. I'm squeezing. 2 and 1. Switch the weight. Left foot lifts. Pulse it out. Nice. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Restabilize. Squeeze. Lift. Pulse. Nice. To 4. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Lock it in. Sit back. Keep sitting back. Maybe you need to widen the stance. Sit back a little bit more. Belly's drawn in so you're not sinking into the low back. Keep pulsing. 4, 3, 2. Hands to the heart. Forward fold on 1. Inhale, open, halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, chaturanga. Good. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Let's add on some more. Right leg lifts high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Stay as you are or flip your beautiful dog. Hello, friends. Hold here. 4, 3, 2. Flip it back on 1. Lift it high. Right knee, right tricep. Bring it high, pause and hold. Lower it down to the side. Lift it up. Right knee, right tricep. Bring it high again. Lower it down. Lift it up. Right knee, right tricep. 2 more, we've got this. Lift it up and lower. Find your breath. Lift it up. Right knee, right tricep. 1 more. And a lowering. And a lifting. Right knee, right tricep, pause and hold. Little chaturanga push-up. Bring it high. Finding low lunge. Firm the glutes, lift it up. Open baby back bend. Find your airplane arms. Stabilize, launch off, airplane pose. Looks beautiful. Do you feel good? Squeeze them equally. And then little curtsy squat. Good, open it up. Curtsy squat. Open it up. Curtsy squat. Love me or leave me, open it up. Curtsy squat. 1 more time. Open. Curtsy squat. Pause and hold. 4, 3, 2. Open her up on 1. Crescent lunge. Good. Little baby back bend again. Airplane arms. Open warrior 2. I'm going to turn to the side. Find your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Just breathe. Just breathe. Maybe it's a half bind here. Keep the heart space open. If you're a whole bind, make sure the heart space is still open. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, inhale, let's reverse our triangle. Exhale, Trikonasana. Staying as you are, or maybe you want a little more strengthening. Top hand meets the bottom. Again, breathe in here, 3, 2. Reverse your triangle on 1. Lift it up, star. Sink it down, goddess. We can't miss goddess if we're working on glutes. Externally rotate the thighs, knees track out to pinky toes. Think of squeezing right here. We're gonna pulse it back. We're gonna pulse it back. Pulse it back, squeeze and hold. Pulse it back. Pulse it back. Pulse it back, squeeze and hold, right? Squeeze the knees back. Squeeze them back. Squeeze them back and hold one more time. Can you sink a little lower? Squeeze it back. Squeeze it back. Hold. Hold and breathe with me. We got it. 4, 3, 2. Straighten it up on one. Feet come parallel. Swan dive and fold. Good. Take a nice traditional prasarita if you'd like. Wide-legged forward fold. I'm going to do just a little bit of side lunging. So again, I want to work on opening my inner thighs a little bit more. That tends to release tightness through the glutes. Side to side. Or just a beautiful posture of stillness. Nice. 3 more breaths. 2. And 1. Bring it back to the center wherever you're at. Hands come to hips. Slowly come to rise. Open warrior 2 to the front of the room. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, low lunge and hold. Again, love me or leave me here. Inhale, let's bring the knees together. Exhale, standing splits. Knees together, step it out. Knees together, standing splits. Knees together, step it out. Together, standing splits. Together, step it out. One more time. Knees together, standing splits, hold. And just pulse that leg to the sky. It may feel better to bend the knee, flex a foot, and just press, 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 press. 4, 3, 2. Knees together on 1. All the way back into low lunge. Ground the hands, front foot meets the back. Shoo! Lower down. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Get an awesome exhale. In through the nose if you need to get rid of heat. Out through the mouth. We have another side though, right? Left leg's gonna lift high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Stay as you are or flip your dog. Holding here, 4, 3, 2. Squared up on 1, lift it high. Left knee, left tricep. Bring it high, pause and hold. Lower it down to the side. Lift it up and squeeze. Left knee, left tricep. Bring it high, lower it down, lift and squeeze. Left knee, left tricep, one more time. Lift it high, lower, lift. Left knee, left tricep, stay as you are, or a little push up. Good, bring it high. Beautiful low lunge. Firm, lift it up. Open baby back bend. Find your airplane arms. Lifting off onto the left foot. Oh boy, this leg's shaky now. Let's do some curtsy squats. Just 4, that's it. And 3. Heart space is open. 2. Squeeze as you lift. And 1, pause and hold. 4, 3, 2. Airplane, crescent lunge. Good, inhale, open again, baby back bend. Airplane arms. Warrior 2, again, I'm gonna switch sides. So I'm facing you. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. Breathing in. Breathing out. I know my heart rate is up. Half bind if you'd like, whatever you did on the other side. Just a couple more breaths here. 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse our triangle. Lift it up and back. Trikonasana. Again, whatever you did on the other side, stay as you are, or maybe a little strengthening. Top hand meets the bottom. 4, 3, 2. Lift it up, star pose, heels tick in, toes tick out. Goddess. All right, so now we think we know where the glutes are. Squeeze and track it back. Right, and we're gonna bring hands to knees and slowly pulse side to side. Stay nice and low, side to side. Shoulder to knee. Go back into your Ujjayi Pranayama if you lost it. Slow everything down. Two more. One more. Bring it back to the center. I like to do a little deep stretch here, forearms to the inner thighs, just releasing. It's almost like a prone frog, only we are not on the floor. Breathing, 3, 2, straighten the legs on 1, bring feet parallel or even pigeon-toed. Second set of prasaritas, so feel free if you want to take an inversion. I always tell people if you're going to go into headstand, you may not kick up. Use your core strength. Tripod headstand, forearm headstand. I'm going to do a little tripod here. So making sure that my arms are at a 90-degree angle, or my elbows are bent at a 90-degree angle. And I've got like an equilateral triangle. I'll actually do it to the side. So I've got an equilateral triangle between my hands and my head. And once I've achieved that, then I can think about lifting. Because you want to create as much of a foundation, as much of a base as you can to distribute the weight so it's not all in the head and you're not wobbly. The weight's naturally going to shift back and forth as the muscles recalibrate. So you don't want the strain on the head, the neck. Good. Couple more breaths wherever you're at. And let's slowly bring it down. If you're up, and up if you're down. Hands come to hips. Okay, there we go. Open warrior 2 to the front of your mat. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, bring it down to low lunge. We're almost there, right? Bringing knees to touch. Then moving into standing splits. Knees to touch, step it out. Knees to touch, standing splits. Knees to touch, step it out. 2 more. Knees to touch, standing splits, and touch, and back. 1 more time, knees to touch. Standing splits, pause and hold. So you can stay lifted. You can flex the foot, bend the knee, and just pulse, pulse, pulse the foot to the sky. A little more activation through the glute. 4, and 3, and 2. It's a beautiful thing. Knees together on 1, step it back, low lunge, front foot meets the back. Chaturanga, I'm going to check on time. Oh, mercy, Lord, it goes fast. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, here's the fun part. We're done with standing. Let's roll up onto 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Shoot it through into boat pose. Whatever boat looks like for you. This is my boat. Some people lift the legs. Some people straighten the legs. I get really beautiful isolation just right here. So just a little pulsing. Pulse 4. Beautiful 3. And 2. Bring it all the way down on 1 half boat. 4, 3, 2. All the way down to the mat. Fingertips reaching in one direction, stretching through toes in the other. How do you feel? I wish I could hear your answer. Oh, wait a minute, I can, and you're saying great. That's perfect. All right, let's bring arms down to your side, bend the knees. Heels come to sitting bones. All right, fingertips are reaching down towards the heels. Let's move into bridge pose. So start by just scooping the tailbone off the mat, so you're lengthening front side of the legs. And then slowly lift a little higher and a little higher, shimmying shoulders underneath. Perfect. All right, let's focus on firming the glutes again. And there's just gonna be a little lift, little lift, little lift and hold. So we're not lifting as high as we normally would into bridge pose. Lift and hold, lift, lift, lift and hold, lift, lift, lift and hold. Now squeeze the inner thighs like you have a ball between them. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now lift, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now squeeze and lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Little firm lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Firm lift, pause and hold. Lift into your full bridge pose now. Breathing in, breathing out. Lower it all the way down to the mat. Supta Baddha Konasana, or maybe you want to take little circles with the knees. Maybe you want to windshield wiper the legs. Find what works for you. Take a couple breaths there. All right. If you're feeling like you didn't get enough glute work, feel free to take another bridge pose, just as we did before, or move into your full wheel. So I'm going to take a full wheel this time because I want a little more front body opening. So inhaling and then exhale, take a nice lift, 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 lift and open. Good, and coming down in your own timing, back down onto the mat. Knees into the chest, or windshield wiper, or Supta Baddha Konasana. Whatever feels good. All right, friends, let's rock and roll 3 times along the length of your spine. Rolling once, rolling twice. 3 times, ground the hands, shoot back or step back, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Now we get to move into half pigeon, yay. So most of you know half pigeon. You're lifting the right leg high and you're bringing knee to wrist. And then settling back. If you should find that your hips are not even on the mat, you can always stick a rolled up blanket or towel under both hips. I like to lift both hips at the same time. I feel like if you just do one hip, it gets a little cockeyed, so both hips at the same time lifts you a little higher and it allows you to rest easier. If half pigeon isn't in your practice, you can lay on your back, figure 4, or take a little cross-legged seat, or stacking shins, fire log, or cow face. And I'm gonna go back into half pigeon. Get my hair out of my face again. Whatever posture you're taking, listening to your breath through the whole thing. If your breath is labored, you're too deep. Modify. Add a prop, add a pillow. Step out of it a little bit. I truly believe those that modify their class have the strongest practice because they're always, always listening to their body. Doesn't make any difference if you touched your toes yesterday and you can't today. Your muscles just went a little bit into contraction again, so you want to just allow them to stretch out without moving into the ligaments in the joints, and overstretching those. Breathe, breathe, breathe. That's your guide. All right, let's take about 4 more breaths, whichever one you're doing. So if you're on your back, stay as you are, extend the legs to the sky. If you are in half pigeon and you want to move into king pigeon, feel free. Make sure you get a little front body opening first so you get some length. And if you are in a seated pose, maybe you want to do a little side body stretching. Again, or just stay as you are. And after those beautiful 4 breaths, coming out of it, if you're seated, extend the legs long and take a nice forward fold. If you're in pigeon, find a down dog. Wherever you're at, get the legs lengthened so you can stretch out the back side of the knees. Reset with your breath. And then move into the other side. Very slowly, noticing that this side is going to be different. Our body is not symmetrical. Our joints are not symmetrical. The bones that go into the joints are not symmetrical. So one side may feel very free and open, and the other side you feel a little impingement. Allow the whole body to surrender. Let the belly be soft. Let the jaw be soft. Notice the subtleties in the body. They're going to communicate, I'm not feeling great right now. This is where you're finding ease in your hip openers. Good, we'll take about 4 or 5 more breaths on this side, so mirroring whatever you did on the other side. Remember to allow some space first, and then moving into whatever posture you choose. And gentle release. Everyone, let's find a final downward facing dog together. And remember the breath we did in downward facing dog before we started moving into sun A. We allowed the breath to come up through the hands, the life force through the hands. Cycle it around through the body back into the earth and breathing it back up again. Like a giving and receiving from the life force of the earth. Beautiful. Let's come down onto both knees, crossing your legs and pulling your feet through, wrapping yourself around here. Extending legs nice and long. Sitting bones rooted down evenly. Take a full breath in, and then exhale, take a little fold. Knees could be bent as much as you'd like, connecting belly to thighs. Good, lifting up and releasing, bringing the right foot into the inner thigh, Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, lifting up nice and tall, and exhale, take a fold. Again, knee can be bent as much as you'd like. You can put a blanket under the knee, but flex the toes back towards the nose. Good, and gently release. Right hand grounds, left hand's going to sweep up, front body opening. And bring it right back down to the mat. Stacking the right foot now, or knee over foot. Foot to the inner thigh. Crossing it over if you'd like, or bending the bottom knee as well. We're going to take a little twist here in Marichyasana. So deep breath in, and then exhale. Let's hug the thigh with the right or left hand wrapping around the right knee. My belly's going to come through my shoulders and my gaze. And then a little counter twist. Good, and then gently release. Extending legs long, shake them out. Left foot's going to come to the inner thigh. Inhale. Exhale, Janu Shirshasana. Again, bend in the knee if you'd like. Toes flex back towards the nose. Find whatever feels good. This is where I really want you to be mindful of the back. right? Nice straight back. Safest way to take a forward fold. Good, let's gently release. Left hand grounds, lift the hips high. Very expansive posture, lower it down. Final thing together, well actually let's do Marichiasana again. So foot is here, across, or our knees are bent. Take an inhale, exhale, hug the thigh. Belly's gonna come through the shoulders and finishing with the gaze. And then gently reverse. Good, bring it back to the center, extend the legs long, shake them out. And then we're slowly gonna lower all the way down to the mat, knees come into the chest. More restorative pose would be to put a blanket or a pillow or a block under the low lumbar, feet to the sky, just reversing the blood flow. Or if you want to take full plow pose and shoulder stand. I always tell everyone I like to take plow pose first and get myself settled, get my spine lengthened through the thoracic and cervical spine, and then lift up. Making sure all the weight is on the shoulders and the triceps. No weight on the neck. If you're feeling any compression, the neck to the floor, come out of it. Put a little blanket underneath the shoulders to give you a lift. Or maybe set the feet on a chair behind you so you're not going quite so deep. And ease out of it in your own timing. Maybe bringing knees to nose, knees to the ears, or taking another plow pose. Rolling yourself out again in your timing, finding happy baby. All is well. Knees come into the chest. Both knees or the right knee will cross over the body. Deep breath in, exhale. Shoulders are grounding, gaze to the right fingertips. Knee comes back into the center, giving it a good squeeze. Deep breath in. Lower it down, switch sides. Breathing in center. Exhale, little supine twist. Knee or knees go over to the right, gaze and fingertips to the left. Bring it back to the center. Left knee comes into the chest, give it a squeeze. Bringing the right knee to meet the left. Do little circles, little compressions with the knees or the thighs. A little massage to the low belly. Good, and the knees come in center, wrapping forearms around shins. Bringing forehead up to the knees. On the inhale, pressing shins into forearms. Exhale, your glorious Shavasana. Because you're at home, you can stay as long as you'd like in this beautiful resting posture. Wherever you're at, before you exit Shavasana, arms are spread out wide, heart is open. Take a moment to just honor all the goodness that this life has to offer, no matter the circumstances. Appreciation, gratitude, and compassion. Breathing it in right through the heart center. Let it just vibrate through the body. Gratitude and compassion for yourself and for others. Reset your whole system. This is telling and communicating to your body that all is well, and your body will respond in that way. It'll release the beautiful endorphins you need to stay well. All is well, all is well, all is well. When you feel ready, rolling onto your side. Coming up to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Palms are facing up on your knees, eyes are closed. It's a great day to be you. It's a great day to be alive. Hands come in heart center, prayer position. Guiding love and light to the third eye center, may you have peace in your thoughts. Prayer hands to the lips, may you have peace in your words. Prayer hands back to your heart, peace in your heart and your actions. Bowing forward to seal in our practice. Namaste, yogis. May you all go forth to love and to serve in some way. Couple of announcements before we end. I'm going to be moving my live class to Saturday morning from Sunday. The weather's getting nice and people are usually outside at around 4 on Sundays. So it will return as we did our normal class on Saturday mornings. The other thing I wanted you to know, people are getting discouraged about practicing at home and just trying to find a rhythm. I know it's distracting. We are making plans on reopening. We'll do it when it's safe, but I've already got all sorts of things envisioned in my mind of reopening and welcoming all of you beautiful yogis back. We'll probably start with some stuff outside in the park so we can have some social distancing and get some really great fresh air. So watch for those things via Facebook announcements or constant contact. If you are not receiving our emails, will you please send me a message to the front desk @pureyoga.us, so I can re-add you to the constant contact list. Because I'm trying to push out all the information I can, and because I can't see you in person, those are my options. So, and if there's anyone you know that isn't receiving messages, will you also let them know? Send me an email with their current email address. And maybe just go in right now and look at your profile and see what it is. All right, that being said, go forth again to love and serve. Have a beautiful, awesome day. And remember, we have that beautiful library on our Pure Yoga YouTube channel that you're welcome to use. All right. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to walk the whole way over to turn myself off. See you all soon.